I'm Karen Mangiacotti. Welcome to In Bed with PenisMom. I'm in bed, and you can find my blog at PenisMom.com. So here's the thing, kids. I blog and I vlog, and so lots of people say to me things like, I like your parenting advice blog, and this is me. What? So let me be crazy crystal clear here. I'm not doing an advice thing. I blog and I vlog because I simply cannot shut up. It is a problem, possibly treatable with medication, but I blog and I vlog because I simply must. If you are a viewer or a reader, thank you. And if because of me, you look at things a little bit differently, I say, yay! Because looking at things in different ways makes the world a better place. However, if you think I'm offering advice, well, that's a whole heap of pressure I do not accept. I really don't have any authority to give advice. My kids aren't even fully grown. I mean, they could turn out to be real assholes. And then I'm going to feel pretty silly giving advice to people who just went out and raised a whole bunch more assholes. That being said, I do have one piece of parenting advice that I'm pretty sure is the end-all, be-all. It actually comes from my friend, so if all hell breaks loose, you can blame him anyway. So, one of my besties for the past few decades has adopted a boy who is 2.5 and a product of a foster care system that was less than ideal. And this boy is the sweetest, most lost, feral child you'll ever meet. Sometimes, when the world gets a little too big and overwhelming for this little man, he panics. Real terror and mania are in this little guy's eyes as he just screams and runs in circles. It is easy to be lost yourself as you just look at this little guy who just simply does not know what to do. So, my brilliant and talented friend has found a way to let this little man know that he has a place in the world. He says calmly and loudly, raise your hand if you're safe. And little man raises his hand. I safe. And then he says, raise your other hand if you're loved. And little man raises his hand. I loved. And then my friend says the most true words that have ever been spoken. If you're safe and you're loved, you have no reason to cry. And this little guy calms and smiles, and all of the emptiness that has been caused from neglect fills up. And he moves on as somebody with a strong foundation. It is beautiful. And that, my friends, is the best parenting advice I can ever imagine. Let your kids know that they're safe. Let your kids know that they're loved. There are millions of right ways to raise kids. And at the end of the day, it matters not what you feed them or if you let them watch less than educational TV, if their clothes are matched, or if their rooms look like a Pottery Barn catalog. You will make those choices that will be comfortable for you, and that's great. I don't know all the right answers, but I do know this. If you raise kids that know that they're safe and know that they're loved, you can call yourself a good parent, and your kids will agree. By the way, my bestie and his husband are creating a loving family for this little man and his big brother. They're changing the world by raising young men who know that they're safe and loved. So, if you're one of those folks who thinks that people who live differently than you do should not be allowed to parent, this is a great time to take your head out of your ass